am not, any expert or anything in progress. So am I audible now? All okay? Hello?
Yes, Yoga, we are able to.
Yeah. So I am not a great people like you. I'm just learned a little bit in my life. So I'm just sharing whatever that I learned. Maybe there will be mistakes here and there. So please excuse for me. And maybe my mind goes blank. This is the first time that I'm talking in front of larger audience. So I ensure that I worked hard for 15 to 20 days to at least provide some information that is little helpful for people. So having said that, I'll just quickly move on. Today's topic is minimum viable product, and okay, so all okay. So I'll just give a quick introduction about myself. That I am Sundhar. Like I worked in trust and technology as I started my career as a trainee engineer. Then I moved on to testing trainer. Then I worked in Capgemini as a test analyst, and after that I worked in OpenStream.ai. And the product is something similar to Siri. It's a conversational based AI. It's basically like if we go to Siri and say like hey Siri, show me the weather. It will say like hey, your weather is 25 degrees Celsius. And if you say read top 10 emails, it will read for 25 emails and then say you want anything. So the product that I worked earlier is like due to some confidentiality, I cannot say exactly everything, but I'll just give a gist of what exactly we did. And it took around 4 to 5 years to build this product. So the product works something like hey robot, uh, you know do you have, I want to book an insurance. Then the robot will come back and say hey, okay, what type of insurance you want? You want life insurance? You want health insurance? What do you want? Then that it will say like we have to say like okay, I want LIC insurance. Okay, you want LIC insurance, fine. So what else you want? Do you want, what is your age? My age is 35. Okay, so I have an offer for you. Shall I read for you? Then it will give an offer, a plan or something. Then probably from there, the conversation start, and it will, we'll provide a specific kind of a details. And from there, it will take on to the other set of chain reaction of sequence NLP commands. So then it will say like, when you want to book an appointment, then it will say, I want to book an appointment on 20th January. Oh, okay. You want to book an appointment 20th January? Okay. So that is basically, you have the train on that day. So you want, if it rains, then you have to take an umbrella, it will say. So it is a conversation based AI where it will start from end. It will provide the information to user, and it is not a human exactly, but it at least generally how robot is response is like, if you ask some questions, it will go back and say, I don't know. You ask, I will connect you with an agent. So in this, what we tried to build earlier is like, the set of conversation that NLP commands that we keep on feeding to the system, and it will get impacted, it get better and better. So this is just about that product. And then I moved on to Isha Life Private Limited. From there, we worked on environment migration from React to, Drupal to React based architecture. So this is just about me. So I think all okay for now, right? Hello.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes,
just
Yoga.
trying to say something. My mind is going something.
Yeah, we are good, Yoga. I know
Yes,
you
yes.
are you are traveling now and gave your valuable time for us. Please move.
Yeah. One second. Oh, my space. Okay. So coming about the today's topic, I'm just keeping it very simple. So today's topic is minimum viable product. So basically, it is like the product that we are giving to the users. So business owner or anyone who is investing on a company. So they basically, they want some expected some output from them. It is like okay, so I need to deliver something. I need to launch my product on so and so date so that I can get minimum value out of it. So that is a basic about minimum viable product. So we cannot deliver everything in one stage. So we have to deliver it version by version. So that is a basic part of it. And I'm keeping it very simple now. It's like, delivery team and a delivery guy. So delivery guy is one guy who will, take it, take the opportunity to deliver the product to the business owner. So that is one, and all the other team members are a delivery team. So I am not getting in deeper into product manager, project owner or something. So we'll keep it simple with a delivery guy and a delivery team. Yeah. So this is about it. Like I'll just start with a small story, like how I become a delivery guy. So when I first become a product, when I first become a delivery guy, so one thing that I learned is I do not know anything. I do not know the head. I do not know the tail. I do not know which direction to go. I was completely blank. I fell into the deep sea. I need to find a way to come up and figure out a way to survive. So I just came up and survived, and basically I just started shouting, like I literally went to the team and said, hey guys, I really do not know anything. I want your people to help, you people to help me. So having said that, this is a great part. All my team members or all my DevOps team guys or developers and whoever it is, those are all very good swimmers. And they said, like, don't worry about anything. So these guys do swimming in tsunami. They have done products like they have in this product for a long time, and they have keep on delivering that product for a time after time, so they knows how to deliver it. So they just said, don't worry about anything, just get us what we want and we will deliver it for you. So they said, like, hey, okay, so you want what do you want? So I just went there and said them, like, I put myself down and told the people, like, hey guys, I need help. So they said, like, don't worry, you just set the timeline for us. Okay, so when you want to deliver? Monday I want to deliver. Okay, we'll deliver it on Monday. So these are the things that we need to deliver it. You go to that particular team and get it done for us. So literally they will say, like, oh, go get the image from impression team. I'll go run behind the people and get the image. Go get the legal things approved. I'll go behind that team and get it approved. They just say, go get it, get the things approved. I'm just doing a build, just approve the build. So I'll just approve the build. My part is just, running around the team, getting things done. So they took care of, literally they took care of every delivery. Like, the pressure was there to deliver it on, a week time or, 10 days time, but they took care of everything. What I mean by that is facilitating people. So one thing, this is the simple thing that I learned is when we just need to enable people. So just go there and ask them what you want, how you want to do, how you like to do the job. So they said, like, we know how to do the job, just do these things. So this is just about a small story, and they just literally took care of the project, they took care of the delivery. So my part is just to ensure they are all fit up on all the things, right? So this is bit about the story about myself and the story that I faced during the earlier journey. So this is just a bit about it. Hello, am I audible? All okay?
Yes.
It happens. Sometimes it happens. Like
Yes.
I was talking in the meeting for a long time, and they will say, I was in mute. People will say, like, hey, you are in mute for a 15 minutes. So I was just talking. So okay, let's
Don't worry, Yoga. We are here to take care. You go ahead.
You can go ahead, and sometimes if it is we are not able to hear, then we will
Then
highlight
call
you
out.
that part.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So yeah. So it is just bit about it. Like, we deliver as much as features so that the business making money out of it. So why we need it? Like, if we are not able to deliver it at some point of time, we will get it lost. The people, the company will get lost into the competition. So we cannot deliver everything at a stage, but we cannot also deliver everything in a shortest time also. Like, we have to take the important decision to take, valuable information to deliver so that people make money. So that is the process it starts. And how we will deliver, we'll see. So so basically it happens business communication. So initially, like, hey, we'll say, hey, business owner, like, hey, what do you want? So they'll say, like, I want to build a website. So I want to say, for an example, I want to build a website so that I can communicate my knowledge to the people. So this is just a bit about it. The product vision is basically, what is a product and what unique value it brings to the particular business owner or organization. So that it is like everything is, if it is same, just Flipkart is copying with an Amazon. It is not so. So it is basically like they have their own set of streamlined way of approaching people. Flipkart has a different way of approaching people. So any product that we are building, we need to have a unique value, and we have a unique vision, so that it at least we can survive in the market, go on, make business out of it. So the first initially question, like say for an example, if you are building a website, so something similar, like for an example, okay, so this sorry, can I take you as an example? Hello.
Sure, go
Please
ahead.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. So for an example, Satish and Sarath, our industry leaders, they want to, share their knowledge. For an example, they are taking PMI certification or ACP certification, whichever. They want to build a website. So initially, like, they have to ensure, what are the basic important things that we need to have in a website. So it's basically like, I mean, the initial business conversation start, right? Like, I want to build a website. He will go to a company, say for an example, in one small startup company, he will say that, hey, I want to build a website in terms of, so that I can share my knowledge. If whatever the programs, PMI, ACP or PMI, whatever things that I'm conducting, it will be there on a website, so that people will come over there, they will register, and then they will ensure that they will get the particular kind of a notification on their mail. So basically, the first initial conversation, okay, so you want means like you want a desktop, you want a mobile, or which version you want. So initial conversation will start with this, and they'll say, okay, for now we'll keep on with the desktop version, so that all people will be good in desktop, or most people will be into mobile browser. So we want something similar to that. So what I'm trying to say is, what is a product? What type of product we are going to build, and where we are going to build. So that's a initial set of a conversation that we have with the developers. And the most important thing is we need to have a target date with the business owner. So basically, like, when you want the product, business always want the product yesterday, and not today, not tomorrow, not day after tomorrow. So they want product yesterday. So if they want the product yesterday, so that much of a competition, that much of a pressure we have, and we cannot able to deliver everything yesterday also. So it is basically like, we have to talk to them. They will be under pressure. They, I mean, development team also, everyone will be under pressure. So the initial set of things to do is, get the initial requirements from the business owner. Okay, whatever you want. Okay, login page, registration page, landing page. We have a header banner. We have the middle section. We have cards that will display all the programs. And we have the footer, say basic set of information, and then contact details. We have a chat option that will integrate with the other set of any chat features. Maybe Zoho chat feature is there, so we can integrate that, so that people come over there and do something, view the product, and get register for the program. So that it'll in turn they can able to share the knowledge. So that is one thing. When we started, we also use, I mean, most of you people knows that Masco better than me. So basically, like, we'll collect the business set of requirements, like, okay, what are the most important set of features that we want? Okay, so first will be register, login, landing feature, landing page, all the set of things that we want. So that will be there. And we will take it out, we will note it down, and then we'll say, like, okay, so by end of March 2023, we will be able to deliver small set of features that will provide you the business value, so that you can make money out of it. By end of 2023, you make money out of it. So that is one. And we'll go with a shorter iteration, like 2-3 months or 6 months or whatever the timeline. So basically, the time is the first and foremost important thing. And we'll get the timeline, we'll get the estimation, we'll get okay. And money, I'm not sure. I'm not, I have not part of money kind of discussion. Okay, so let's keep, like, Sarath give us $1,000 for building the product for now. Now, basically, we'll say after the initial kickoff meeting, we'll say, like, okay, we'll go back and we'll give a plan to you. So within a team, the first important thing is time. The other set of thing is priority, and then we need to communicate it to the business owner. And setting the platform right, there is a technical process, and then there is a business process. We have to streamline both technical as well as business. And we need to identify the workflow, like what type of work we want, what is an approach that we want, how we want to progress, those set of items that we want to progress. And we need to pick a right tool. Like what is work for us. Some people, organization will use Jira, some organization will use some other tools. That is fine. But as an initial discussion, we need to have concrete solution for, set of tools that we pick so that our life will become better over a period of time. And we also we need to buy a tool that is, in terms of, it'll expand, it'll be scalable. We're not looking into a shorter perspective. We need to look into a broader perspective of how, we can able to build that, product over a period of time. So then, it'll not, everyone will not work one after another. We also need to, everyone needs to work in parallel. So it'll be like, one guy will work one time, or developer will go write a code, tester will do a testing. Initially, they will do all the things pre-prepared, like, write whatever the requirement, based on the requirements, the testers will write it. Based on that, developers will also write a small set of a code. UI guy will go, you do initial set of a prototype. So by the time, that is coming, it'll be, we are almost okay for the first set of release. So basically, like, it's always like, we all know Scrum, like, we'll give a product, we'll get a set of feedback from there, and then we'll add on and get the features better. So this is what it's all about, like, inform the plan to the business owners, like version 1, we are going to deliver it on March 23 and 2022, 23 June. So something like that. And we prioritize a feature in with 1, 2, 3 set of features, and we'll say thank you to the business owner. This is the plan. Are you okay with that? And we get the approval from them, and then we'll move on to other set of items. So when we start, there is something called a sprint 0. I understand. Just put for a convenience purpose. I'm just classifying into 2 types. One is from a business perspective, another is from technical perspective. So in here, we'll prioritize using Masco, like we'll set prioritize feature 1, 2, 3. These are the things that we are going to deliver, and for the version 1, and what are the methodology that we are going to follow. We will use it, and people, their skills, their experience, and whatever it is, it takes for, to deliver a product. From technical perspective, these are the set of architecture that we are going to use. Technologies that we are going to use for a front end. It will be HTML, CSS, and middle end, and client server architecture, whatever you want. We have for a content management system, it will be data CMS, Drupal, WordPress, etc. And we, for host wise, AWS, Google Cloud, or whichever thing that we want to use. And management tool wise, Jira. And there is one more tool called Bagasura that recently I found it was very useful. So other set of thing, that is whatever we want, we are just ensuring that we are setting the platform right for both business as well as technical. So this is initially we'll start, and then basically when you're setting the platform for a technical, there will be, we need to create an architecture flow. It will not happen overnight. We need to create a small set of architecture that it will become better and better. So what is the client and how we are going to handle, and all this LB URLs and all this stuff that we need to take care of it. And maybe we need to have maybe a technical architect who's the guy, who's set up all these things. And also we need to have a standardized UI. What is meant by standardized UI is like, the UI that we are creating for one set of feature that will, used for other set of modules also. In terms, like for an example, if you are using a home page, we use a same structure so that we can retake it and use it, so that developers also not getting pretty much confused. So this, we need to have 4 to 5 different set of templates, so that developers will take it easy, and they can work in a synchronized way. So we use a standardized UI. We need to, so 4 to 5 set of different UI we have, and you people take it and you use it. So anything that is coming out of it, we are going to block it and say, hey, we are not going to touch it for now. We'll do later, but for now, we are going to use this component. And there is something called a reusable component. So reusable component in the sense, we need to have one set of a home feature. So for an example, we have home, and then we have, about us on any other page that we have. We will write a code for one set of a home page, and then we use the same set of code or a same set of template. We use it for other set of components. In the sense, it will be easy for us to take the code, just do here and there modification, a plus b the whole square, that will modify and put it into the next set of item, so that our life of a developer will become a little easier. And we need to pick a correct tool. So whichever tool that is convenient for the team, they will pick it. That is all up to technical architect and a senior developer guy, developer lead, whoever is this. And we also need to set the CI/CD pipeline right. All the developers will take the code, put it into the pipe, and they will just trigger it, and everything will take it, and it will streamline the flow, so that we will deliver it in a dev environment or whichever environment that you want. So we will see a little bit later. But for now, setting the platform right for a CI/CD pipeline also, so that everyone will take the code and put it over there. You will trigger it. We will get an output, some kind of an output. It will not happen over a period of time. We need to build it slowly and get better. So we also need to have every problem that every time that we have a technical problem, we need to have some time. So every time what happens is when we are facing the technical solution itself, we will start working on to getting the a production issue happens. We'll stop everything. So we are not planning. Most of the time what happens is people are not planning for a technical fix. So we need to have a little bit of time to concretely see what is the technical issue and how we can able to fix it. So that is all about it. And stabilize the environment. Look, okay, so these are the different type of the environment that we're going to use, like a dev environment, UAT, staging, live, and we just need to streamline it. And we need to have a specific timeline for each environment for dev, UAT, and okay, so dev means we will take a dev and then we have a buffer time for dev. Okay, so we will build it, and then over a period of time, if it takes a little bit of any production issue, if you're not able to build it, we have this buffer time that we are giving little bit luxury to the developers. Don't worry, you have that little bit of luxury time, you take it and deliver it. So it is like, what I'm saying is when we are planning, we have a set of 1 week time to build a feature for a dev environment. We have this time, and we also have a little bit of extra time to have a buffer. And we also streamline CI/CD also not we cannot do everything in a stretch. We need to automate only what is required. At this, we need to start small and we automate. Say for an example, we have a content. Every time there will be a content update. Sorry. Sorry. Every time there will be a content update. So it is basically only that set of content items. Like we have a data CMS as a back, middle section of the content management system, where we just go edit the text, save it, and publish it. Everything will come over there in the website. So that we start small in that set of item. Going forward, we'll get it better. So buffer time to handle production issue, that also needs to be taken care. So this is what I pretty much covered. When we start initially, not everything will not work. Developers will put a code, and they will try to integrate with the system, and it will not integrate. Everything will go off, and they have to find a time. So if the buffer times, if we give it will be helpful for them to fix it and make it at least ready. And the CI/CD pipeline wise, as I said earlier, we need to start small. We use this as an analogy, what is a basic thing that we need to automate, that we'll automate, and then over a period of time, we will, like a Maggie machine, we'll get it better and better. We'll we'll add up a few more systems, so that we'll take it up and add it. Streamline the CI/CD pipeline. And over a period of time, so now for an example, Amazon and all, they are launching everything in quick session. So that didn't happen overnight. It'll take years and years for them to get these things done. So anything they will go to the backend system, they will just add the content, they will just put the pop-up, they will just trigger, everything will get automatically triggered. They don't need, they will also have the entire set of regulation suite, it will run it, and it'll give that output, okay, so you have done something, it is wrong. So it'll take a little bit, longer period of time. But at the initial stage, we cannot build it. So we start with a small. So what is most important to automate, that we'll automate. So I'm just taking a Scrum, water Scrum fall approach. Initially, we gather all the requirements. We do a sprint cycle. For a development environment, we have a sprint. UAT environment, we have a sprint. Staging, we have a sprint. And by stage, we'll take it and we'll deliver it. And finally, we'll take release as a separate set, as a simple example, so that we take a dedicated time for production. Like for an example, 1 week. In that 1 week, whatever we can able to take, we can able to take and deliver it. And then if any production issue happens within this time, developers also a little bit of time, go and fix it. So this is how the process flows. And there is an important something called testing. So usually what happens is when we are under pressure, testing is compromised. It's always like this, by the time, developers take 10 or 11 p.m. in the night, they will build the product, and, a tester will come back and, do 1 or 2 hours of testing. And, okay, this is okay, that is okay. Okay, we'll push to live. Rest of the thing will take care. So what happens is, like, unless we plan a dedicated, testing also we need to consider as a development activity. We need to have a dedicated time for each and every environment. And, testing, generally, from my perspective, it is very simple. The application carries the user from one place to another place, not the other way around. It is, everyone's responsibility, but also testers will take care of this thing. As a tester mindset, we have, unless a tester feels happy about the product, unless a development team who are working on a product, they are happy, the end users will not be happy. I'll show a couple of tools that is unbelievably amazing. So I know I'll show it in, down the slide. The product, it's all about, how we are building the product, how the UX is flowing. So it needs to be taken care. I know that's why we need to specifically have a timeline for, testing environment. We have to make sure testing done as a separate activity, and, we allocate time for that. No compromise should be done for that. And it also has a significant impact. So unless we test it specifically, give a lot of perspective and we fix it, it significantly have a business impact. How many times that we launch an application, we launch it and see it in another 3 minutes, we'll, okay, no, I don't want it, I'll just run it. Once the user off to the product, they are off. It is very difficult for them to come back and, set it, use the application. So that is why the testing plays a crucial role. So we have to ensure that, testing have a specific time. A bug life cycle. This is a very interesting thing. So usually what happens in bug life cycle, we log 100 issue to the developers. So it always goes on like this. When we start the product, it will be like this. And you are getting it right. So as the product goes on, it will get, we are nearing the delivery date. It will become what we call the issues getting better, more, adding more and more, and, the developers will be under pressure, and they do not know which to pick, which to fix. So we need to have, I found recently one tool that is an amazing tool called Bagasura. So it's like, how it works is like, basically we'll go there and we'll plug it, and then we'll see what are the objects it is there, and it will capture, and, we'll just need to annotate here and then put it like high, medium, low, and we will, whatever that functionality tag that we need to add, we'll add it and it will move on. And it will also give us a perspective, like, how many issues that is there. Okay, 164 issues, and we can able to see it, we can able to sort it out. And, it is, basically what I'm trying to say is, every time that we are using any tool like Excel sheet or, whichever tool that we are using, what actually happens is, like, developer has to go there and see each and every item, and, they have to read it, and, they have to change the status, and, they have to take the screenshot where the screenshot is, they have to figure out, they have to go to the talk to the testers, hey, I am not able to reproduce the issue, come just help me out to reproduce the issue. And under pressure, nobody is going to, take that much of a time. So we need to facilitate and enable developers in such a way that, we will list out the issues so that, it will easy for them. Okay, you said this issue, I'll go there and figure out the issue. The tool needs to take care of everything. So this tool actually taking care of literally everything. So, it's like I logged 100 bucks, I can able to view the 100 bucks. Yes, I can able to view it. And then, to reproduce it, if you see here, there is a screenshot will be shared. As we tested, and as we annotate, all the things will be captured. And it will be easy for the developers, go and see the screenshot. And, there is one more set of feature that is in this product it is having is, developers having the concrete communication between, developers and testers. They will go to Slack, they will, update it, and then they will come back. Okay, the conversation for a particular issues goes out and then coming back. So here in this tool, what actually happens is, like, the testers and developers are all ensuring that, talking about a particular issue on one particular issue, like, whatever that it takes to fix that issue, the conversation happened within this issue, within this tool. And whatever the changes we need, we will deliver it, and we can change the status and we close it. So, and also this tool helps to have a overall metrics in terms of how much time it will take for us to, how many bugs that we logged for this, and how many severity parity, what is the tool that we differently use, and what are the, Mac OS or whichever system that we observed the issue, everything is captured. So this is pretty much about it. Like, if we use this set of a feature, and, basically like, we start from it, we set the platform right, I'll take away, so to take, the key takeaways that what I'm trying to say is, we need to set the timeline right, we need to set the priorities right, we need to communicate, and, between the teams, and we need to set the technical platform business flow right, and, we need to collaborate, we need to work in parallel, and we need to have a buffer time for each and every environment, and we follow the SDLC cycle, and we don't compromise testing, and, we deliver the product version after version, one after one, V1, V2, V3, like that. We'll deliver it, we'll get the feedback from them, and we'll get the product better. So it's all going in a small cycle. We start small, we'll get better and better and better over a period of time. So this is pretty much about, whatever that I learned. So I hope it's all okay. So I just have my favorite quotes from Sadhguru, and if you like, you can see. And so, yeah, so I'm pretty much done. So any questions over? So all is okay. Am I
Yoga,
good?
Yoga, you didn't give time for us to see your Sadhguru quotes.
Sure.
We can spend half a minute there. Okay, can we open for questions, Yoga?
Yeah, sure. So
Okay.
yeah, so I hope I'm okay with that. I deliver something. So what do you people
That's
think?
great. Anyone has any questions? Please go ahead.
Yeah, Sharat. Thanks, Yoga. It was a surge of information in a very short period. So it was very nice. So I just have a question regarding, say, for example, I have already a built product. Say, for example, for Amazon, we want to have a new feature altogether. Then how MVP plays its role. And if we are planning to build a new product altogether, how MVP plays its role. I just wanted to understand about that.
Okay, so you're asking about, the same set of features that is there. We're just adding a few more features, and, what we call, like, like a pop-up or something else that you are adding, so that, it'll be more useful for the people. That's what you're asking.
No. My question is regarding how this minimum viable product, how it plays its role in, say, for example, there are two things, right? Whether you are enhancing an existing product or you are building a new product altogether, right? In both the cases, MVP comes into picture.
Correct.
Because we want to showcase the customers that these are the features. We want to validate, is that what they wanted, and we want to ensure that this is what they wanted. So we have to build that minimum viable features.
That we will do it in the next cycle. No, we'll prioritize. We ask them, okay, why we need this set of feature. Okay, so which cycle we can able to add it. Minimum viable product is generally, we are setting the platform to get the things, out for the business. So whatever the features that we need, business need, they will take it up, and during the next cycle, they will take the other set of features, and whatever the features that we are latestly you are asking for will be added, and then we'll build it and into the second version. So does that answer the question? It is basically like, whatever the feature that one, either it is an already existing product or is a newly built project that we are going to add some features. So if you are adding a feature, so it is basically, in which version we are going to fix it. So that's the only thing that we are going to figure out. So either it will be an old new set of a project, or so existing product. It doesn't matter. It's basically like, we are adding the feature. It is not a product that we are adding. We are just adding the feature. That is answer your question.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm
Can
not.
I slightly answer? Can I add something on top of
sure.
it, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So I'll just try to correlate. I mean, I could correlate, like, in what context we were asking that question. Sorry, like, I do not recollect the person name who asked this question. So I would answer. So what happens in the context of when the product is already built and we are trying to team according to the framework or the rules which has been set at our organization. Say for most of the time, the products which are already built by Microsoft or somewhere. So we're trying to adopt or tame it to the organization framework. In that case, what we usually do for MVP, we always see what values are it is adding. It's not always the money which is kind of influences it. It's a value. Say for example, as it was already said, we always go with MVP wherein it initially it starts with the maximum value without which business would not compromise or something. We always go with that kind of a version. Then we slowly keep adding the number of features which keep adding more value to the basic framework or fundamental business to it. And soon after, once the product is somewhere stabilized, or we see the more number of users are coming in, that's where we keep adding more of the features which is like a fancy fancy features which is more it may not directly add value, but it over the period of time on the longer goal it adds. Okay, this is more on the perspective when already the product is available and we are trying to use it. And the other aspect of this, if we are trying to build a product from the scratch, say Google or somewhere people are building a Chrome or somewhere, that there the perception is completely different. There what we usually do is we always see from, say for example, I want to build a car, so I typically don't go with a tricycle, bicycle, which typically the example which is given from the other sources over the internet. There we always see, if I need to build a car, there's no point of giving a tricycle to travel or something. There we can always see, okay, for my car I might at least build the 4 wheels, a basic framework where at least it may not look like a car, but it suffices my requirement. That's more onto the building the product from the scratch. Hope this answers your question partly.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks, Sampath, for adding it. Just to add on from my side, so Shubha, to add on, right? If in case the existing product we are enhancing, still we might be considering what is the additional thing. Let's assume we have already 10 functionalities released to the product and released to the market, and customers are making use of it. Now we want to add 2 more functionalities on top of that. Right? For that 2 functionalities, we still need to see if in case whether the 2 functionalities we want to build in fully everything together at the same time, or want to come up with a minimal thing within the 2 new functionalities plus the existing 10 which are already there in the production. Right? So again, we might not be going the full-fledged brand new MVP or a fresh MVP sort of thing. We might be reiterating, we might be revisiting the MVP which we already defined or which we already have, and we can add on top of it and see again what's the timelines, what's the budget, what's the release context coming into consideration, and accordingly we can pick and choose what is the next set of things we are having it from the release or the planning perspective.
Thanks, Satish. Adding on to that, so generally it's the product manager generally doesn't come into picture when they don't decide the timelines, right? It is generally the project manager who will decide the time. So how?
No, might not be. See, the product manager is where we'll be coming up with the timelines. See, we need to understand why or how we come up with the timelines, right? So who is the customer point of contact? Who is the business facing or the end user facing? It's not the project manager, it's the product manager or the business folk. So they will be coming up with the timelines, and they will be coming up with the scope, and which will be passed on to the teams, and that's where the project manager's role will come into context. Does it clarify your question?
Maybe Satish, whatever the timeline that come from product side or business side of the expectations, and whatever that is going to get committed or expected from the IT or that are given by combination of project manager along with IT, right? Post discussion. So that is the difference between expectations versus I won't say actual, but IT will also internally check their capacity and everything. And
Yes,
how
yes,
they can
yes.
commit to the
That also will
timelines.
come into context. Yes, yes, that's correct.
So Shubha, I think the both ways, expectations versus how we are going to commit, right?
Sure. Thanks, Sharad.
But in Agile and DevOps, there is no concept of project manager, right? And I mean, I'm not a guru, but I've never heard.
Yeah, we have Scrum Master.
Yeah,
That's true. That's true, Arijit. But the end of the day, who will be helping the teams with the identifying the and onboarding the new team members,
yeah,
or
look,
replacement team members, or enhancing or extending. Let's suppose we got the approval, we got the success with the MVP, the first version whichever we built. Now we want to scale up and we want to speed up the implementation. So obviously, someone need to take care of that budgeting part and the associate. I don't call resource, I call it associate identification, onboarding, and that is where the project manager role could be coming up. Yes, there is no role as such defined, but yes.
yeah, the terminology that normally I've heard in my organization is, and it often happens that you are engaged in a customer scenario. The customer is working on an agile or a DevOps mechanisms, and it is a continuous chain. So that there are continuous releases that are happening almost every week, or a few times every week, and it's highly automated. Yeah, so if you check your code through, let's say, Sonar or whatever, almost 85% is getting validated by Sonar at that maturity level. Now, if there are new features, because there are new ideas that do come in. Yeah, so and to manage them, normally a product coach steps in. Yeah? So who gives in an outside in view and goes through the Moscow,
Prioritization.
priorities.
Yes.
Yeah, that what you must do, what you should do, what you won't do. So that is one topic that I've I've often heard within these teams. The other topic, and they use these as tools for discussion to be able to channelize the mindset of the teams that are working on the products. Yeah. The other topic that I've also seen, if it is not Moscow, they use also another form called the WSJF. Yeah. So the weighted shortest job first. Yeah. So if my friends here, if you're able to do a bit of a Google and search with WSJF, there is a mathematical formula. It comes from mostly Safe Agile, if I'm not wrong. But at the end of the day, it tells you, or it gives you a mechanism how you're able to prioritize over several features and what you must do and what you should not do, as example.
Yeah, there are many other prioritization techniques like RISE and so basically it is to reach and based on reach and impact. So they prioritize.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, the money counts. Yeah? So which makes the most impact, and you want to release something and which is a must to have, and it has the most impact. So a must is normally something that has the maximum impact, I can tell you. Yeah? So and that becomes the highest priority.
Again, end of the day, we all need to remember individuals and interactions over process and tools. All the process, all the tools we are bringing up just to make sure to bring up all the different individuals together and make them have interaction among themselves. What are the process or the approach or the tool we follow? Yes, it is required, but the first preference or priority is given to the individuals and interactions.
Yeah, Yoga, one question from my side. This Bugasura tool, right?
Yeah.
Is it a open source or paid tool?
No, actually, it is a paid tool. I think it is like, for first 5 set of users, it is free forever, and there will be one user for $5 or something, some amount is there. So for first 5 users, it is completely free, and anyone can use it. And if the user counts increase, there will be some money, like $4 or $5. It is there per user.
So how it is different from tools like Zapier or any other comparative tools? Any additional advantage that we get?
No, basically, Zapier is kind of a test management where we'll write a test case. I don't have much knowledge, but actually I'm currently exploring Zapier. So it is basically like testing, writing the test cases and getting things managed in a certain order rather than doing it in Excel. But this tool is specifically designed for help the developer. I mean, save the developer's time. So we used Jira earlier, and we used any other tools like Excel's also. We tried to many other way. But this tool is specifically for a bug life cycle. We can able to log quickly. Developers can able to view quickly, and there is also a screen share option. I mean, screen recorder option. Like whatever the set of steps that developers need to reproduce the issue will be there. So this tool is specifically for a bug life cycle flow. I'm not much explored. I mean, I don't have a greater perspective of this. From as far as my understanding, it's significantly reduced the bug life cycle time. So this is where we are enhancing developers' life. This is what so far I observed on this tool.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Yoga, for a wonderful session. And thanks for everyone for bringing up the questions.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thanks for the opportunity.
Let's move on to the next topic. We have our speaker Pratibha ready.